What is going on, everybody? This is Dave and welcome back to Wolves Weekly, our weekly instalment where we catch up with all of the news on everything going on inside the Molineux. My name happens to be Dave. If you haven't joined me already, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for all of these Wolves updates. Before we kick off though, obviously it's been an international break, there's been no match, but there's still plenty to talk about. Thanks to all the newbies that have joined the channel as well. If you obviously haven't seen this series before, whether you be a Wolves fan or not, hopefully you enjoy it. Make sure you get involved. There's always a question of the day as well, and whether you're a Wolves fan or not, if maybe you're a foreign fan and you want an English team to support, hopefully I could try and convince you to become a Wolves fan as well. But before we kick off, guys, I just want you to point you in the direction of one of my sponsors for today's video. It is an app called One Football, a fantastic football app where basically you can follow all your favourite teams on this app, following the scores, the highlights, the news, transfers, stats and videos and all of that good stuff. You get push notifications as well when something happens as well. It's a really cool app. You could go check it out. Obviously next to me there should be some screen grabs of that app. It's fantastic. As I say, live scores from so many different leagues throughout the world as well. It's really, really useful and it could really help you out when you're out and about. You want to know the current scores, or you've got a couple of teams on your bet that you want to add as well. So it is a really cool app. So go and check that out. It's One Football. A link to that is in the down in the description below for the app on iPhone or Android as well. But last week we started by talking about Nuno Espirito Santo. He was wanted by Everton a couple of weeks ago, and we found out he's staying. He's committed to this club. He reaffirmed that with us. And my question to you guys was, if there was any manager from history, who would you like to manage us? Well, other than Nuno, really. Not saying we want to get rid of him, but who would you want to manage him? We had some really good comments on this, and again, I appreciate all the support on these, and make sure you watch out for the comment of the day. So, Psycho Blank said, Stan Cullis, he led us to our only 3 league titles. He's got a stand named after him, and unfortunately he was pushed out of the club unfairly. Even though he was here for decades before I was born, he's possibly our most legendary manager, and that is very, very hard to manage against, to argue against rather. Jerry Gamboni said the one and only Brian Clough as well. John Deere thinks Sam Allardyce, because he'd be there to be, well, he'd be able to keep us up in the Premier League. Also, obviously a Wolves boy as well, Big Sam as well. Dean Wright said he'd probably go for Stan Cullis, or for today's football it'd be Pep Guardiola, but you never know. Nuno might tread a similar path and take us with him. Now that would be something. I really do think so. Big D said Fergie as well. Quite a few people said that. Leonard said he'd pick Miguel Muno, who won 14 titles at Los Blancos as well. As I say, thanks for all the support on that one. Really interesting question. Really interesting to see sort of your different opinions and views on that as well. And obviously stay tuned for the question of the day today. So we have got still plenty of news to go around. As I say, it was international break, but we've got things to talk about. I'm going to be starting off with Morgan Gibbs-white. Obviously, the Wolves youngster, he's been at Wolves since he started playing football. Obviously got his professional contract a couple of years ago as well. And he's recently won the World Cup with the England under-17s, which is a massive achievement for any player. There was rumours earlier this week that he was wanted by a couple of big Premier League clubs. Even Liverpool were looking to put in a £5 million bid in for him. But Wolves are in talks with Morgan Gibbs-white about a new contract, and I think even, you know, that may help him sort of stay at the club, give him a little bit more money just to tempt him. But at the same time, if we ever do come to sell, it will push his value up a little bit as well. So a good move, I think, from both sides. If we are to keep him, then obviously it gives him a little bit more of a comfortable wage to stay, but at the same time, if we are looking to sell, if we give him a new contract, that will bump his value up a little bit as well. There is also a new head of analysis as well. I'm not sure if I covered this one last week. Andrew Finley came in. He's worked at Manchester City, Manchester United, Blackburn in similar roles as well, and he's going to be working closely with Nuno, trying to get all the information that he possibly can as well. And I think this is a great thing about us this season. Obviously, we've got new management, we've got a lot of new players, a lot of money being reinvested, a new style of play, but the one key thing that I think is getting underlooked a lot is the staff changes. We had the same members of staff, whether it be Pat Mountain, Tony Daly, a lot of the coaches that were here throughout the time we were in the Premier League, when we got 2 or 3 relegations, And of course, they were here through the good times as well. But I think if we were ever to move forward, we needed a fresh change. And Nuno, luckily, brought in his own staff, and that helped us a lot. Speaking about Nuno as well, there's been lots of compliments for him in the last week or so. Firstly, off John Ruddy, who hailed Nuno's man management. Obviously, John Ruddy now currently got the most clean sheets in the league, and obviously him and his defence have been pretty solid throughout the season. He's hailed, as I said, Nuno's man management and saying he's helping the team a lot. And also ex-Wolves player Mel Eves has complimented him and saying really only complacency can stop Wolves' run at the moment. We're on really good form, and he's right. The only thing that will stop us is us getting complacent, because we've got enough quality to be the best team in the league, no doubt about it. Leo Bonatini also got Championship Player of the Month. He was nominated for that and won it. He also won the, I think it was the fans, I think it was Bristol Street Motors Fans Player of the Month or something along those lines. But obviously the big reward, Player of the Month, because he's scoring. He can't stop scoring at the moment, can he? He thanked his teammates for that, and I think he's right to do so. I think a lot of the goals have come from very good service. Not taking anything away from Leo at all, because there's been some great finishes in there, including that goal against Norwich and so on as well. But he's doing really, really well at the moment, and he's grown into the club quite well. There was obviously a lot of question marks about Leo Bonatini when he came in, especially from, no disrespect, but a Saudi Arabian club. I don't think any of us thought he'd be firing the amount of goals that he has, and we were worrying about the amount of goals, but he is very close, or he will definitely, should hit that 20 goal mark. Another one is that Tyler Roberts, who currently plays for West Brom and he's on loan at Walsall, has been linked with Wolves. He's currently 18 years of age. He's out of contract at the end of the season, but a lot of clubs are looking at him. Even Arsenal are rumoured to be taking a look at him as well. But a host of Championship and Premier League clubs are taking a look at Tyler, whether it be signing him in January or on a free transfer as well. As I say, he's at Walsall at the moment, but he has only scored 4 in 13. But it'll be very interesting to see if Wolves do go and make a move for him, especially as an ex-West Brom player. Obviously, before we move on, we've spoken a lot about Leo Bonatini, and that brings me on to my question of the day, which is if we could only sign one of all the players that are on loan at the moment, whether that be Willy Bolly, because it's Willy Bolly, he's an absolute tank. Ruben Vinagre, a young left-back, very, very big potential. Diogo Jota, who's been on fire this season, along with Leo Bonatini as well. Who would you sign and why? It's a very, very difficult decision, but I'm leaving it down to you guys. But now moving on to the international break, and obviously a host of Wolves players were in action for this, and we're going to be starting off with Romain Saiss, who played and got a clean sheet for Morocco in their 2-0 win, and that secured them qualification. I'm pretty sure they haven't conceded a whole goal throughout that campaign. So very, very well done to Romain and the rest of the Morocco national team as well. He played the full 90 there. Alfred Ndiaye as well had 2 games for Senegal. They got 2 wins, a 2-0 win and a 2-1 win over South Africa. He played 4 minutes in the first game where he came on as a late sub and played 88 minutes in the second game. So it's a good action for him in the Senegal national team there. Ruben Neves as well. He had half an hour versus USA last night for the Portugal first national team, which is a great experience for him as well. Obviously, if Wolves get promoted, he's got a big chance of being in the Portugal national team for the World Cup, which is a massive achievement. Diogo Jota as well. He played 2 games over the international break, including a 1-1 draw versus Romania under-21s, and he actually scored last night as well over Switzerland under-21s as well. So huge achievement for all those guys that played. I'm sure a couple of others played. I think Conor Ronan got a cap for the Republic of Ireland under-21s as well. But guys, if you have enjoyed it today, make sure you smash the like button down below. Let me know if I missed out on any news down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time guys, I'm sure I'll see you all very, very soon.